I struggled with consistency for years, stuck in the yo-yo dieting cycle. It was exhausting, and I lost all trust in myself along the way because it was never just about finding the perfect diet. It was how I saw myself. It was emotional eating I never actually dealt with. It was quitting the second I messed up instead of just continuing. I realized dieting differently wasn't enough. So I'm rebuilding right now from the ground up. That's why I built these 4 pillars, and so far I'm gaining traction. Let me break down what those 4 pillars are. In my next videos, I'll dive deep into each one and the tools and practices I'm actually using. The first pillar is vision and purpose. Knowing my why clearly enough that it survives a bad morning. I wake up at 4:45 a.m. to go to the gym so my husband can watch our baby before he goes to work. When I'm tired and I don't feel like going, I push through anyway because I know why I'm doing this. For years, my vision was fuzzy because it was really just about looking a certain way. But now I'm crystal clear on my deeper why. And to be honest, this body is being built on all the times I want to say no, but I push through and do it anyway. The second pillar is shifting identity. Identity is the engine for lasting change. I used to think that calories were everything, but I can see now how identity actually determines whether healthy behaviors stick or stay temporary. I attempted too many diets that never addressed my underlying self-concept. After years of the restricting and overeating cycle, I identified as someone who couldn't achieve lasting change. I settled believing I was just a heavier person. Once I got curious about my patterns and I started building awareness, I had more space for self-compassion. I wasn't broken. I was operating in the dark about why I struggled. Once I uncovered I had all or nothing thinking, perfectionism, why I reached for food under stress, and why I carried internal shame, that's when everything shifted. That awareness released old stories I told myself. I wasn't just a heavier person. I'm someone who's transforming. The third pillar is emotional awareness, regulation, and coping. This one's a non-negotiable because most of my overeating was never about the food. For so long, I didn't realize I was just using food to cope with stress, with escapism, with numbing when things got hard. And once I saw that pattern, everything shifted. This was never actually about the weight. It was everything I hadn't dealt with that showed up as weight. It's not a diet problem, it's an emotional one. So now, before I reach for food when I'm not actually hungry, I pause and I ask myself one question. What is my brain actually trying to get from food right now? Comfort? Is it distraction? Is it a break? Is it relief? Once I know what I'm really reaching for, I can actually give myself just that. Instead of food standing in for something it was never going to fix. The fourth pillar is systems. This is the routines and structures I've been building in my life, from environment to meal planning, preparing for the gym, and supporting other versions of me. Hungry, stressed, tired, for those screw it moments. Systems that help me remove friction and make healthy choices more automatic instead of just trying to rely on willpower alone. Just recently, I started adding to my grocery list additional options of healthy, easy meals that I can throw together in minutes when I'm hungry or rushed, to really set me up for success when previously I'd reach for whatever was quick that wasn't always healthy, or I used to just go and eat out. Now I have a system in place so those healthier options are an easier choice. I've also set up systems around other parts of my routine to reduce decision fatigue and make aligned choices habitual. These 4 pillars are what I'm building my transformation on. They're not shortcuts. They're not a quick fix. They're the real foundation that I always needed. I still struggle and I still have hard days. But that's the actual cost of lasting change. Repetition, rewiring the new path over and over and showing up anyway. So if you're stuck in the same cycle I was, the restricting, the overeating, losing trust in yourself over and over, I hope this resonated with you because I am not done. I'm still in it, building this in real time. Make sure you're subscribed because next I'm unpacking each pillar, starting with vision and purpose. If you've ever needed a why strong enough to survive a bad morning or a stressful day, that one's for you.